The life is a series of desires. Why? Because I'm always active and we are doing some or the other action. And that action springs from the motive. That motive is a desire. That motive is what is desire? Desire is basically a thought. And what is a thought? Thought is equal to object plus I am. I am stressed. Stress is an object plus I am is a thought. I am happy. Happy is an object or pleasure plus I am. I am happy. So, when the life is a series of desires, now in order to fulfill that desire, first thing that I should have a right knowledge. Because without knowledge, I cannot have a desire, so I should have a right knowledge. Then I should also have a right desire. So that right desire is linked to the stage of my life. And also, it depends on the instruments to realize that desire. Now I have a desire to eat sweets, but I'm diabetic. I'm on insulin. You see? So, to eating sweet for that person whose instruments are not working properly or working badly because of the sweet already in the body, so it appears, what if big deal eating sweet? No. So you see that fulfillment of the desire as a thought is not enough. I have to have a right knowledge whether my instruments of the body, the mind, the intellect are working fine. Someone has a knee transplant and now he wants to do the jogging, wants to run a marathon race. The instruments is not allowing him to do it. So desire is not enough, the knowledge is not enough. But to understand whether those instruments are working properly or not. And overall, we should have a clear intent. So the right knowledge, right desire at a particular stage in life means what? For the kids, candy is a desire to make them happy. But on a birthday, if I give you one candy, will that make you happy? It's a different stage of life. So I have to bring a perfect combination. What is the stage of life? One. Whether the instruments are working fine or not, body, mind, intellect, so that it can fulfill the desire, it can enjoy the fruits of that desire. Two, then I should have a right desire at a particular stage of life with reference to the instruments, then I have a knowledge. So once we understand these four aspects, what our Eastern wisdom is asking for, how to celebrate that life, to make the entire life a celebration. So then the Master says, desire fulfillment and self-fulfillment. Think of it. How many desires we have fulfilled during our lifetime, whether you are 20 years old or 50 years old, 70 years old, doesn't make any difference. Why? Because in 24 hours we have thousands of desires. Our action shows that, indicate us. Some of these desires we are not able to fulfill, other desires we fulfill, and those unfulfilled desires propels us to start working again next day. So we have been working, we claim that is our life. Now think of it. Desire for eating a particular food that gives me a pleasure, 1 unit. Desire for sexual pleasure, another 2nd unit. 1 unit of desire. No, I want to sleep, 1 unit. I want to have a beautiful clothes, 1 unit. So every unit of my action to procure and fulfill gives me 1 unit of pleasure. So during the day, you have 1 unit of eating, putting the clothes, driving your car or buying the car, having a house, and a lot of other things. 1 unit, 1 unit. Add all of them. Does it lead to permanent happiness? Ask yourself. We have been repeating the same 1 unit of pleasure in eating, in drinking, in sexual pleasure. We are not saying that don't go for it. We are just asking, awaken to the wisdom. What is happening in our life? The mind is working on us. What our mind says, okay, today I had this food in a particular restaurant. We will go back again on Sunday and dine together to get a permanent happiness, and that eludes you by repetition. The mind says, come on, repeat this time, you'll be happy. That is the nature of desire fulfillment. So when we say desire fulfillment, it can never be fulfilled. So I am deluded by the mind. Whose mind? My own mind. So now see that there is a word desire fulfillment as if there is a way, there is a method. The answer is no. There is no desire fulfillment. But if we start desire management, come on, I have repeated this. I have eaten this food a couple of times. It did not lead me to permanent state of the peace and happiness. Whether that particular food is good for me, I have to find out before I take up. So once you start thinking in that way, contemplating and reflecting on every action, you awaken to a wisdom which is known as Viveka. In Eastern wisdom, Viveka means you separate what is false and what is true, what is real, what is unreal, what is right and good, and what I like and pleasant. Lot of stuff. So once that clarity comes in the mind, first the clarity must come in the mind rather than breaking the habit. So once I have a right knowledge, free from the doubt, free from any projection, what happens? I start living with the right knowledge, the right desire, the right action, with a proper functioning of the instrument. The life becomes celebration,